Forever. Dog.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Hi, welcome to Treks in the City.
Welcome to
Studio
Treks in the
today.
City.
Mary
Studio
Holland.
today. Mary Holland.
Hi.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Wow. Oh, get back to class. Oh, okay. Just a few simple poses.
Mary, what are you wearing?
Shoes?
How do you respond to the allegations that you're never wearing shoes?
I don't.
Mary, don't listen to him.
Mary, stay still for a second.
This is a one stalker.
stop moving.
This is a one person.
I can't stop moving.
He's stalking you.
Mary, turn to the side.
Backwards?
Excuse me, sir. I told you to get out of here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can I take a picture of you telling me that?
No, you're a crazy person.
I did it anyway.
Okay, bye. Wow.
What a
so
fun
sorry
scene.
about that. What was it that? Oh, Matt Myra, who hosts After Trek. I read the tarot for him because I had the cards just ready to go,
Oh.
and he been posting a podcast with his wife about like IVF and trying to like have a child or get pregnant or whatever. And I don't know, he was like thinking of. No, I'm moving mine. He was thinking of changing doctors to another doctor to see if it finally was going to happen, and they're
see.
finally pregnant. And then someone
Great.
tagged me, being like, "Veronica's read became true," because I read his tarot during
That would happen.
Yeah.
She predicted it.
Do you?
Well, the cards were there, and he's himself kind of like was like, "I feel like this is about this," and I'm like, "If you feel that, that's what it is."
And does this happen a lot when you read tarot? Or do they often, your readings often come true?
Yeah, but I don't try not to like a divinate. I just offer like a meditation and a current. It's like a
Right,
snapshot
right.
of the current energies, and then you can.
That's great.
It's up to you what you do with that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
fuck it up. That's on you.
When
And get your money back.
When Alice's show got canceled, you got a show that one card. You were like, I'll take one. And then it was like, I was like, end of a cycle, new countries, and the thing like was accurate.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
it didn't offer like a
Right.
future. It was
Right.
more like
This is what's happening right now.
this is what this means energetically or whatever.
Got it. Did Alice tell you that I am the one who told her her show got canceled?
Yes, it's true. Mary, I got my news as I do. Yeah,
No, that was
everybody
not
thinks
the-
it's funny.
That was not the fuck. That's what I wanted
Thank
to do.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, I did. I did.
So how did you do this?
It's so I was
I was so sad for Mary because I knew she would be like,
She was mortified.
That was the
Mortified.
worst thing for Mary.
Oh no! What happened?
Well, because the show's
funny.
communication channels were just blocked, such like somebody with bad chi. It was like every 2 weeks or so, somebody from the show would ask somebody else, like, "Does anybody know what's going on?" And then we'd all ask our agents and reps, and we'd get no information. And our reps would go crazy because they'd be like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, we don't know. We haven't heard from Warner. We haven't heard from, somebody at TBS said that it, there's pushing the schedule." It just was like really hard to get information. And then once the merger happened, that just got worse. And so honestly, the merger with I guess they're all the TV companies and the movie companies, and internet is all one thing now, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't read that.
And it's also the government. So
I do believe that.
the Fox Warner merger, right? Like, didn't whatever. Listen,
I don't know. But what happened, I
two
was
giants.
on
so I had no information
Oh, yeah,
at all.
okay.
And then all of a sudden, we all decided amongst ourselves, the cast, we were like, 50-50 we're getting canceled because we don't know any information. The merger has happened. TBS has been acquired and we don't know anything.
Right.
So the merger has happened. TBS has been
merger.
acquired. This
TBS
language is
has
so
been
like
acquired.
epic.
I. The merger.
You're speaking like
happened.
Game of Thrones
Happened.
of TV.
So, and then one day out of the blue, I got a text from Mary Holland. I hadn't heard from her in a while. And I got a text that just said, like, I am so sorry to hear about your show getting canceled.
How
and
did
I
you
was
hear?
Well, so I was on Instagram and I follow one of the writers from
Stalker.
people over. No, I just follow her. Like
Okay.
I don't, not everywhere, but
Right,
I do
right.
like follow her.
Yeah.
And not everywhere she goes.
Because you're
but-
obsessed with
Yeah.
her.
I mean, I just like think.
Wait, are you joking right now? Do you follow her?
Okay, oh my God, stop. Yeah, I follow her, whatever.
Okay.
So-
Let's pretend it's normal. And
So she posted like a picture from The Office, like with a little blow up alien doll, and was like, such a bummer to see this show go, but it was so much fun and all this stuff. And so I just assumed that everybody
Because
would
the
know.
way she
She's posting
posted
it.
yeah, the way she posted it sounded like we'd all known for years.
for years.
Like it was so like, well, that's the end of the whole talks. You know, type of post.
what if every
And that was literally the first time anyone had heard.
what
was
if
this
every
dumbass
newscast did that?
Instagram post?
Really?
Yeah, and that's because of the and like I'm saying, the communication was all off.
Oh,
so
right,
she
right,
hadn't
right.
been told by somebody else that, like, by the way, nobody knows.
Right.
It was that
right.
kind of thing. you
Yeah,
know?
it's just a bunch of miscommunication.
What if every news network did that? Like, instead of breaking news and
Yeah.
explaining what's happening,
Yeah.
just being like, yeah, we're really sad for everyone in Richmond. And it's like, what,
like the news channel's like,
yeah,
they're
that's
just-
funny.
instead of
it's very
explaining,
cryptic.
like breaking.
that's what it feels like.
Breaking news. We have news in from Richmond, and it is too bad.
Yeah, it's too bad
It was
for
a
them.
good time there.
Well,
So,
It's over now.
all right.
All right.
Later on, we're going to talk about the recent.
That's the breaking news.
She broke the news.
And we're cutting right now
Spread
to
the
Mary, who is
So-
in North Carolina
Hi,
right now.
I'm here in North Carolina.
Yes.
You wouldn't believe it.
Oh,
happened?
my
Okay,
God, I
bye.
bet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's got to go. And
Well,
she is busy.
it's
so.
true. I don't
All
believe
right.
it.
And at 10 o'clock, the judges with the courts.
That's it.
Vague news.
Well, you all know.
I mean, there's vague. There's
You all
fake
know the
news,
weather,
there's
so have
fake
fun with
news,
it.
Vague news. I mean, we could just,
So wait,
long as I'm
you
cashing
texted
in.
Alice, and what was I'm curious about the moment after that text.
Well, Alice, I'll tell you what her response was I said, I'm so sorry your show's canceled. And I was expecting a response of, oh, yeah, it's a bummer or whatever. But Alice wrote back one of the longest strings of ha-has. And I was
like,
like,
kinda
why
no.
is she laughing?
Okay.
Sorry.
And then she said, and then the next text was,
Kind of like nervous, like a.
Yeah, I was
weird.
like-
yeah.
well, this is weird. And,
Yeah.
then she
Like
said,
I'm so overjoyed that my show's canceled. And you're like,
yes, I thought it was so strange. And then she said, this is how I'm finding out. And
Oh, right.
I wanted to throw up.
I wanted you to
Because
understand how
you were laughing also at the fact that you were about to break it to
Yes,
her.
I know. I
That-
was I was excited, but I also knew Mary, and I was like, "Fuck, this is really going to destroy her."
This is so funny.
It's going to be like weird because she's going to be more disappointed that she broke it to me than I am that the show's canceled, and I can't really figure out how to.
Oh no! Can I tell you something similar that happened? So,
Go for it.
My friend Jose, his brother died unexpectedly in an accident.
Oh, gosh.
It was awful.
That's terrible.
And we were all like texting him and kind of talking about him and making sure everyone knew and like that
Yeah.
everyone would visit him or kind of like say condolences or whatever people say. And I think someone who's not really in the friend group heard something had
no.
happened,
No.
but they don't know what. And they saw an Instagram
No.
video of like some kind of birthday. So they sent him, hey, Jose, I don't know exactly when, but happy birthday. And when Jose got it, he was like crying in the kitchen with us. And when he got it, we all stopped and started laughing so hard, just thinking of the moment when she
Finds out.
when she's gonna find
like,
out.
"Oh,
no! When she finds out actually what all the fuzz was about.
She thought it was his birthday.
She was like, oh no, I missed his birthday. I'm definitely killing it. Like I got this. And then she's gonna find out like, oh no, his brother died unexpectedly. And then we just
like
laughed so
everybody's
hard.
just like sobbing and their faces are puffy
was
from crying.
evil.
People are just
We
like,
were
I can't.
evil
He's
laughing.
like, people are like, do you want something to eat? And it's like, I can't really. And then she just walks in with a cake, like, happy birthday.
No one's
like
joining
looking
in.
around.
Just like we keep thinking of like we keep thinking of like how the blood would leave her face the second she knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah. I mean,
I love her.
I know, we felt
wonderful
such,
idiot.
We were like,
really
oh, she's gonna find. It was so juicy 2
Cross
days.
that off
of
my
like,
list. Happy birthday, Jose.
Poor
What's
Susie.
next?
Poor Susie.
On my to-do list. What's next?
Well, clearly there's some kind of birthday. Let me just tell
Oh my
them.
God! I should tell my friend, the professor, that her old friend, that guy Brett Kavanaugh's announced he's nominated to the Supreme Court.
God.
I should tell her about that. I bet she'd be
Topical.
pumped. Topical.
Oh my
Shut
God.
up.
Topical.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I always, I got to bring it back.
Alex,
It's
because
so hard.
You never hold back.
Yeah, you never
just
do.
feel
That's
like-
the thing about you.
This is a soundboard I looked up, and I thought I would hit this. Okay,
no, this
deeply apologize.
Jesus Christ.
the worst thing that
Deeply apologize.
ever happened. Look at the soundbar.
I like
Look
to
at the horn. How
apologize
clear
during
it is. Look at that. Look at that horn. It's like silence and then
All right,
seismic
all right,
activity.
fine,
wow.
sure.
Yeah, it is.
No, this is something I have to join.
Like, what are you doing there? What is that? What are you gonna do with that?
I just am not satisfied with this soundboard. So,
Oh my God. Okay, so we watched a great episode.
I do have one similar story as well.
Oh yeah, tell me, please.
My friend had a show and someone died. I'm just trying to top everybody.
Well,
no, I went to a
I
yoga.
kind of did a pilot and then with Pat Oswald, and then that's when his wife died.
Oh well,
Oh, God.
That was like,
She's the-
I think we're not going to get a.
she's a real harbinger. I don't know if you know that, but
What is that?
it's a bringer of bad
news?
things. I
Me?
think. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Sorry.
you're do goods.
No,
you're do goods. You're do goods.
I do a lot of goods. Thank you.
It's like a superhero. I do goods. My friend, okay, so I took a yoga class last night, the night before last. That's when it was. And it's a AA yoga class. It's called 11-step yoga. And so you get in there and it's candlelit. You do 20 minutes of yoga. And a lot of people haven't done yoga before, so they're just teaching. But it's, regular yoga. And then after that, then there's an AA meeting. And so the guy next to me after the end of the session, the class was like, did you like that? And I was like, yeah, it was fun. He goes, yeah, I went to my first AA meeting accidentally, was an 11-step yoga meeting. So he came into AA, not having known what an AA meeting was before, and they just walk in and it's mats on the floor. People are just stretching and stuff. And he's like, okay, I guess this is my life now. And imagine the next AA meeting he went to that was just a normal meeting and people were sitting around and he was like,
He walks in yoga pants and with
no,
a mat.
we're not. The happy birthday reminded me of that.
That's funny.
Okay. Anyway, we watched an
sad.
episode.
I find it sad
Really?
to get such high expectations on the first time, and then the next times it's just people sitting or whatever.
Sitting around.
But it's so magical. It's
Yeah.
not, AA meetings are they're yoga for your my head.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard it's a very spiritual experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It has to
I'm
be.
not making fun of it. I'm actually
ain't.
yeah.
You're not doing it right.
Yeah, that's widely associated with AA, which is why I wanted my dad to do it.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday,
Found one, guys.
happy days.
Wow.
The weekend comes, but I
We are in the middle of a conversation about Veronica's dad possibly having alcoholism.
Also, she gets so upset about me having just a deck of tarot
get
sitting
mad
right
about the
there.
tarot card
She's
sitting there.
invading my personal space,
And then you
she,
blast a foghorn at us.
she either talks or is typing in that computer. This is what I gotta deal with. Also, I'm
sorry.
the same person.
May I just say,
I am the same but opposite. I'm just where are the cards that yeah. We're both two ADD nightmares.
this is just theme songs. I
I'm
guess we
so
could-
in love with Benedict Cumberbatch. Are you allowed?
Oof. I get it.
Am I allowed?
Yeah. Are
To
you
have
allowed?
sex with him?
Am I allowed to be in love with Benedict
Of
Cumberbatch?
course.
Yeah, you can be
You
like
can be in love with anybody.
You can be a Cumberbitch.
I am so in love with him.
Did
It's a
you
real
just
thing.
come up with that?
Oh, really?
No, it's a thing.
Oh, wow.
Cumberbitches. That's his beehive.
Oh, I just call him my otter because people say he looks like an otter.
Do
Have
they?
you seen?
Oh, yeah. I
I
could
don't
see
think
that.
he looks
There are
like an
full
otter.
slideshows of him next to otters.
Full slideshows of him being an otter.
They're just like,
Imagine that TED Talk. Wow, TED Talk's really scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I'm here. Hi guys. So I'm Veronica.
Here, could you give her some reverb?
Yeah. Can we get some?
Oh, he doesn't know. Guys, today we have in studio not Brett.
Not. Yeah.
It's a new person who.
And his name is
oh,
not
he's
Brett.
so nervous.
It's
Oh,
weirdly,
he's just-
weirdly, his name is not Brett.
what if Brett Kavanaugh was
Test,
our
test, test.
producer this whole time?
Oh, my
like,
God.
honestly, one of the reasons he can't do this job is he's working for
Brett, do you want to weigh in on, like, the things people are talking about?
Brett's eating in the other room through the Brett's size
Brett size hole. Brett makes
We
a
can
Brett
see
size
him on
hole
the
in
other
wall
side just being
whenever
like-
we do something that makes him too embarrassed.
Well, anyway, this TED Talk is to prove that Benedict Cumberbatch looks like an otter, as we can see here.
so we'll just put a flag in and you can reverb it after. All right.
Excuse me. Bye. As you can see me here, excuse me, this Roddy. Are there Roddies in TED Talks?
Rowdy!
Okay.
Rowdy!
Hi, I'm Veronica. You know when the TED Talkers speak like, what I'm here to prove is that every single time I see a photo of Benedict Cumberbatch, it's similar to an otter. So, thank you so much. TED Talk. So as you can see here, this is a photo of Benedict Cumberbatch in regular time. And then this is, click, a photo of an otter, right? And it was set them side by side. We see that there's similarity. What I see with my life, for example, is when I eat a bowl of pasta, and I see a photo of Justin Timberlake, I'm like, same.
I really wish this wasn't. I wanted to be
If someone would just give me the 5 minutes.
Oh, just give her 5
like-
minutes. That's all she needs.
There
Yeah.
are people who really need, like, they get the TED Talk because they have some kind of expertise, but they have no idea how to
don't
speak
have
in public
any
Yeah.
or through a
presence.
mic. It's very mortifying.
It is.
Ugh.
I feel like I have a natural TED Talk cadence and I have nothing to TED Talk about. Let's give them something to TED Talk about.
I have
something to
little-
talk about.
a little mystery to figure
I don't know if you have.
Let's give them something to TED Talk about. How about gyro economics?
Imagine if, like, Alice got a TED Talk, just like a free speech, free
There's somebody in
subject.
this room who's been imagining it forever since they knew TED Talks existed.
Me.
Me. It's me.
Oh.
Oh, you?
No, I was just guessing.
Oh. How can you not know if it's you or not?
I don't want to talk about it.
One of your guest options was you, me, you yourself.
Was it me?
So this episode,
What is Dota?
Okay, let's. Here
wanna
we
know?
go. Yep.
Ooh, I like
pretty
that.
I like it too.
I like that.
We'll use that later.
Oh. Ooh, I
Okay,
like
can
that
you
a
play it
lot.
again?
Yeah. You've got something for it? Ready?
We have arrived to this land. It sounds like that. That's all I had. I just wanted to, like, throw it into your.
Okay, I like that.
Plant the seed in your nuggets, you know. and
say
then-
we've arrived
Yeah,
to this
plant
land.
your
Okay.
seed in my nuggets.
like what you
My
do.
boy, it's gonna be legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Too long. That's not a good
No, and also
soundboard noise.
just
How
give me
about
Wolf
Big
Howl.
City Life?
Oh, Big City
Is that a show?
Big City is probably a show, given the fact that it's a logo.
Big city life.
Wait, I have one for Wolf Howl. Okay, wait. I'll cue you to
Okay,
press
great.
play. Okay, ready? All right, guys. I guess we're just gonna, go to bed. We made it to the campsite. It's gonna be great. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
What? So you heard it before?
I heard that too.
but you heard it after, and you heard it before.
I heard it during.
But teacher,
Now everyone
man.
go to sleep.
Okay, fine. I hope I don't hear any other scary noises.
You heard it before.
Veronica, just go to sleep, all right?
Veronica, Please.
Something weird is happening because we just left. We left the city and then now we're here. And
You know what? That's right. We did leave the city. I want to go back.
Well, let's go back.
Big city life, we have to get by. Pressure not ease up no matter what.
What song is that?
What about that one?
All right, cute. Think somebody do something.
Okay. Guys, come on. We've got to get our energy up. How are we going to canvass for votes?
Get hyper.
That's the greatest canvasser. He's like, get hyper.
This is fun.
I don't know what
Okay,
that laugh
so
was.
this episode.
Okay, so this
Oh my God! Who the
Every
hell
time, as soon as we
cares?
start.
Oh my god, let's do it. Okay, because this is one of the epic ones.
It's really upsetting because, this is not it's upsetting. It's actually the opposite of that because it is. This episode is so important. Mary, you're so lucky to be here for this episode.
Yes. You know why?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So you watched this episode? Did you know what
did.
was going on?
I did. I mean, yes, I followed it.
Okay, like a regular person.
Yeah, like a regular person, I followed
Very
it. In
good.
regular time. In regular time.
It wasn't confusing.
It wasn't confusing at
It
all.
was a pretty cut and dry episode.
Wow, I'm so impressed.
No, Ken.
Oh, okay. Well,
Simple.
I did. I got a little lost at the beginning, but then I slowly started to put things together of like what timeline they're in, and it's very trippy. It's very like,
trippy. It's one of
wait,
the most
past and the present,
critically acclaimed Star Trek TNG episodes of
Really,
all time.
I
Yeah.
could see
Yes.
that. It was really good.
It's really well
I
produced.
really liked watching.
It's like if it's like a mini movie that's out of focus the whole time because they did have a problem of focusing, but it's very, very.
they couldn't concentrate.
It's very critically acclaimed, and it's got the pacing of a much more professionally produced show. So some of their episodes still in season 3 are kind of falling off and being. I just forgot. I just remembered something. You have engineered for us before. No? Oh my God. This is your first time engineering for us. Are you sure?
did you just remember a future?
I might have
memory?
remembered a
Wait a
future
minute.
timeline from.
Wow.
I'm like Guinan. Everything's different.
I can't explain it. It doesn't feel right. Right?
Is it because I farted?
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with
I
you
think it
farting.
has to do with what you just said.
because I did. No, because we had an engineer that wasn't Brett one other time, and he was just looking in our direction the whole time, and I had to ask him to stop.
And he did. You did. And then he vanished. Actually, after that, actually.
Did you know he
ask
never
him
came
on
back?
the air?
I think he ran away, and then we never knew about him anymore.
And then he was looking over in this direction a little bit
Just
too, and I started to
done,
get
done.
reminded, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's the same guy," but it's not. He doesn't even look like him. Okay, no offense.
It's a different man.
What's happening?
Do you see all men?
Remember how he's
Do all men look the same to you?
hashtag yes,
Except the
yes, all men.
Hashtag yes. just yes. Just the answer yes.
Okay,
Just
so
hashtag yes.
we opened this. Okay.
Oh no, sorry.
Around. Okay, so we start with this epic scene between Guinan and Worf, and it's epic because first of all,
She flirty.
She's flirty.
Yeah.
she's flirting, and she has flirted with several of the crew members, which is great because I think she's ancient, first of all. And second, every Guinan episode is just great. And third, Prune Juice is from this episode on Worf's obsession. He just becomes obsessed with this
funny.
stupid
Yeah,
shit.
A
And
warrior's
then
drink.
it's
warrior's
so
drink.
annoying.
Because it keeps you regular like a warrior needs to be.
Yeah.
I need some of that warrior drink. I'm irregular.
We do actually have a
I'm pretty
soundboard for
regular, I
that.
think. It's very annoying when
That was Mary.
I
That's not me.
oh yeah wow
Mary.
Mary.
That was me.
Okay. When I sleep over at another person's house and it fucks up my regular schedule, it's really annoying.
Why does it fuck you? Does it fuck up your schedule because you're like, I can't go at this in this time in this place,
Depends on the
or do you just
case.
not have to go?
Or you wear depends.
No, I do. If I'm regular, I have to go,
Yeah,
and depending on the person in the bathroom,
Mm.
because some bathrooms are awkward.
yeah.
They're right off the main thing. My
Yeah.
Garrett's old room had a bath. It was like the master suite of the house, and it had a bathroom in it. And I'm like, great, this is cool if we are married. but we're just starting to date.
Because of the poop?
I don't like I don't like to shit directly in front of my new partners.
Right.
Right.
I don't know if that's what you guys were talking about.
So when we hit play to the show, the episode.
Drink. Prune juice.
Warriors drink.
Obsession forever now.
You know, you always drink alone. It wouldn't hurt you to seek out a little
Help?
companionship.
No.
12-step.
I would require a Klingon woman for companionship. Earth females are too fragile.
Not all of them.
And what is he implying
There are a few
there?
on this
She's not an Earth female also.
Well, yeah, but is he implying? Is his?
He
Steel rod.
First of all, we've had many theories about what a Klingon penis looks like,
Of course we have.
and I think it looks like a spinal cord.
Yeah, like really ribbed, not for her pleasure.
Really unpleasant. Like
The
a
listeners at home,
Yeah.
Mary's grabbing her midsection, tumbled over in pain.
Okay, guys. Okay, you want to hear about what his dick was like?
What was his dick?
Okay,
Oh my
okay,
God.
okay.
Oh my God, oh my
So,
God,
it's like a spinal cord.
No, you did, girl. Oh my God. No, you
So
did.
what do you do with that? What do you do?
I mean, what do? You got to play the xylophone.
Yep. It sounded like a Bjork song, like a Bjork, a live Bjork concert. With
that
a
his
what's
dick
that
sounded
xylophone
like?
that's like made out of wood?
Yo, it's the
It's a xylophone.
Marimba.
It's yes. I had a boyfriend that played that.
I'm mad that other people thought of it.
She used the marimba so frequently in her live concerts because it's such a great sound.
It's a great sound. Okay, sorry.
So they've implied before that Klingons kind of battle their females to go to have sex. It's like it's a battle.
oh,
So it's very physically rough.
Like
Actually,
that Lauryn Hill
I
song.
see.
like if it was humans, it would be abusive. So, but they are,
but that's not for them.
no. So he thinks that Earth females
Which
are
is
too
sort of-
fragile because it's
You're
like
right.
actual, like maybe choking and punching, but like
I feel like it's sort of
And
Animalistic.
everyone likes it.
the Klingons.
The
do.
Klingons like it.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
they're
what they
war.
like. They just like aggressive sex.
They're war based.
Full eye contact.
They're
when I said that to Mary.
deeply.
So Guinan comes back and says there are a few on the ship that would find.
would find you tame.
Greatest laugh of all time.
Impossible.
Love it.
You
Love
never
it.
know till you try.
Then I will never know.
Then I'll never know.
Coward.
I was merely concerned for the safety of my crewmates.
So it's like as if a rhino and I try to
like
have
prune
sex.
juice.
I think. So I imagine like heavy bones and a
Lieutenant Ward,
and a
report to the bridge.
rough mating,
Yeah, I mean, it was
mating
just-
On my way.
ritual.
I'm not into the pain stuff, but I think the thing is, some people really are, and they're Earth females.
Yes.
So
So
it's like
like-
he doesn't even know about the entire
no,
sub.
he doesn't know. He's never been on
He doesn't know
FetLife.
anything about
know.
BDSM.
If you haven't watched all of Star Trek, this is a spoiler, so go ahead. 30 seconds. But he ends up marrying two of the hottest crew members of two of the shows.
In
He's
Deep Space
married-
Nine. He marries.
He marries Troy and he marries Jetsia Dax and DS9, which are like the two of the hottest women casted in
Yeah.
both of the shows.
In the last
But neither
episode
of them
I
are
did with
Earth
you guys,
females.
Troy, was she the one who was impregnated by a ball
Yes.
of light?
Yes. Yes.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. I know.
Me and my ball of light have been trying, but
There's another reason why this episode is so epic, and it's because so the way season 2 ended in a terrible episode, but right before that, Tasha Yar died in a terrible episode,
Right.
And she
she
got
one of the worst episodes
she got consumed by Armus, which was just a goo,
made of.
a goo made of petroleum.
Yeah, and he just, but he didn't
It
even
was horrible.
He didn't even suck her in. He just like made her die.
Yeah, he just like threw some kind of energy at her, and she passed away.
And that was
jeez.
it. And it was so we
Passed away for real. It was like
It was
serious
so-
regular who just died.
Gosh.
I
really,
know.
really like senselessly. And they had received a lot of criticism for it on the show, and all the cast members and
Denise Crosby wanted to leave the show at the time.
and so they kind of did it to spite her. And the crew and the rest of the cast was like, "That's a weird way to get rid of a main character that we all got along with. So
Soon after, there was a writer's strike and the
Yeah.
worst episode of all of this show.
In what year was this?
89,
happening?
I wanna say.
89, okay.
So I think this is partly why this episode is so important. It's because since the ship that came from the past altered the timeline, she is now there. But no one knows she's dead. So what Alice and I
Right.
were saying while we were peeing is that
I wasn't invited. Okay.
You could have come to
No.
we were both peeing earlier when we started the show. Yeah, it's all just wet down
right
here
here.
now.
Yeah,
Just
this is our diaper chair.
It's all just wet down here.
Very bad. So when we were saying that the show weirdly it was like a redo of her death because it was senseless, and in fact they actually say it. Guinan is like, your death was senseless, and then they make
Right.
her die.
Yes, she's
Better.
like, you
So
didn't
she
die
gets to
for
choose
anything.
her own.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
What
It
a
was
clever way to
I know.
fix
fix something that
redeem
Les Moonves did.
Yes.
that.
And nothing will ever fix the season finale of season 2. It was a producer's episode that ended up being a clip show of just one character's memories, but it's
bizarre.
been 2 seasons and it's an ensemble show, so there are not that many memories.
What does a producer's episode mean?
No one wrote it. It means that producers were just like, what if we recycle clips from Rikers? And then we had the 2 women hovering over him being like, he's sad now. He was in a coma. And then they were like, oh no, he's feeling sad emotions. And then going through his brain and like recap like Riker's sad moments. And then being
Right.
like, he has to get happy. And then
Yeah.
goes from like through
This is the finale?
this is the finale of season 2.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, we support our writers who are striking on strike right now. Like
Right.
we won't air the
Oh,
episode.
right.
Like stand on the right side of history. They were like, we're airing no matter what.
Yeah.
And then they
Oh,
just did
geez.
a weird ass clip show. So those were 2 very big mistakes on season 2. And this one there, I feel like Alice was pointing out that they at least like fix.
Yeah.
And they
love
did
that.
it. And they did
Yeah.
it really good. It wasn't because sometimes they'll do something like this where it's like, okay, we need to alleviate some sort of timeline questions, or we need to develop a character more and do this character justice, and then they just like all the wires get crossed and they come up with an episode that's just like supposed to be really meaningful, but it's funny, you know. And this was like really well done, and I think it was based on a spec script, correct?
Let me read this the little log line, which is long in Memory Alpha Wikia is the long.
Gangnam Style.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Alice is very rude. But if I lift one of those tarot cards,
I know. You're absolutely
She
allowed.
will lose her
I
shit.
will not.
Yes, you will.
Try it. Do it once.
You will
do
invade-
it,
you
and
will-
I'll show you that I don't lose my
she
shit.
goes principal on me
Show
and
me.
like takes my phone away.
I do not.
Yes, you go principal on me. Guys, stop it.
Both love you very much.
We both. It's not your fault,
Me
Mary.
sexually.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Stop fighting.
A temporal rift opens and the Enterprise C emerges, changing the timeline into a reality where the Federation is in a bitter war with the Klingon Empire. The only person on the USS Enterprise D who realizes that something is not right is Guinan, and she must help return the displaced starship to its proper time in order for the Enterprise D crew to save themselves. So that is a good summary of everything.
Yeah, we might as well.
I love the like little the timeline changes and the shift of Picard's uniform. I love all the different uniforms.
Oh my gosh.
Really
it's
good
so
to see a
fun.
new uniform.
Yes. So the production design of this episode is also like really high quality, I think, and it's because I think they really wanted to honor this character.
Yeah.
At this point, I imagine they
She's
had like
great, too,
fans.
that actress
Yeah,
is
I know. It's so sad that she left, and I
Yeah.
think she has said it like she regretted it.
Oh, really?
Forever, I think.
Why did she leave?
At the time, I think they were not using it the right way. She would just, she was the chief of security, which is now Worf. And she would be like, like, let's fire. And then people would be like, don't be stupid. And it was like a stupid reaction, but they were writing her that way. And I think she wanted more like juice in her
Yeah, she wanted to
In her
play.
cup. She wanted more juice.
Juice in her cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like any person.
Yeah, I
Especially
really
in the
want to
morning.
play Gangnam
In the
Style right now,
morning,
but
you
I'm
gotta have
trying
juice
not
in
to
your
be
cup.
rude.
Yeah.
So, I'm just reading from the Wikia here about the spec script thing that they were doing at the time. At the beginning of Star Trek: The Next Generation's third season, Michael Pillier became the head writer for the series. Among the changes he implemented was the opening of the story submission process to non-professional and unrepped writers.
This is when
that.
it gets yes, because some of the
That
best
is so cool.
Episodes come from that.
And of course,
from the
because they
fans.
care so much about
Right.
If Star Wars
the
did
characters and the.
they wouldn't waste millions on bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
Despite Paramount's resistance to the change, The Next Generation became the first show produced in Hollywood to allow such writers to submit their scripts.
I'm gonna cry.
The studio
Isn't it so
received
nice?
more than
It's really beautiful.
more than 5,000 scripts in a year. I really feel like there's it's like a
I think Star Wars is like a beast that's out of control.
So creepy.
That is so bad. But maybe play the one next to it.
this one.
On the right. Right next to it.
This
right?
one?
The right.
Your soul is mine.
That's pretty interesting. I was hoping
like
for some
that.
sort of like
Your soul is mine.
That's when they pick your script and they hire you.
I was hoping for some sort
You
of
find out because some
'Cause they're-
there's a rift in in your wall and someone comes out.
Okay. Among the scripts submitted by freelance, this is going to be what it is, or aspiring writers, was one by Trent Christopher Ganino. Ganino's speculative script, submitted to the Office of Pre-Production Associate Eric A. Stillwell in 1989, was titled Yesterday's Enterprise. They changed it to Yesterday's Enterprise because what's an enterprise, right? I think you can like do that to stop it.
Oh.
Mary was correct. Mary had pointed that out already.
Oh no, I was pointing to the I'm sexy and I know it.
Why don't you keep reading instead of scrolling?
Hold my hand. Do you want to know more? The story was involved in the Enterprise D's
I'm very
response to a
curious.
crisis in the Galocian sector and an
Yeah.
encounter with the Enterprise C, which had been destroyed 18 years earlier. The crew of the Enterprise C is in awe of the newer ship's technology, and Picard is confronted with whether to reveal to his guests their ultimate fate. And it this is just summarizing the
entire
episode
plot.
now.
So this is a submitted script, is what you're saying?
Due to the backlog of the scripts, the processing, having a stroke. The processing of draft
No,
submissions could
God
take
forbid.
anywhere from weeks to a year. Ganino's script was, quote unquote, logged on May 2nd and first read later that month by Richard Manning, co-producer on the writing staff. Manning commented that the draft was not horrible, not particularly original, but good in spots, lousy in others. This review was enough to keep the script in circulation.
Hi, dear Michael. We received your script.
Hey, how's it going? I'm
yeah.
so glad you read it.
Oh, yeah. So it was lousy in parts.
That's what and that's what I intended.
and
so
it was
I'm glad.
not so bad in a lot of them.
Martha, they call. I'm going to put them on speaker.
What?
They got my
What
script.
is it?
They said it's lousy in
I
parts.
got your toast ready right now.
All right, can you keep it warm? Is that
No,
That's not a thing we can
I
do with
can't.
toast. All right.
Anyway, it's
Go
enough.
on.
It's enough for us to buy it. So,
Oh my God! Imagine the toast.
can you head on to the studio as
throwing
soon
it
as you
away.
can?
I'm gonna
And
throw your
I'll just
toast
grab my
away.
stuff
we will
and-
be signing your contract. And
All right,
Perfect.
toast is going in the
Your soul
garbage.
is mine.
Wait, what's that last thing?
Your soul is ours.
Your soul is mine.
My soul is yours. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna get in my car and just grab another piece of toast.
Enjoy your toast,
Martha.
Yep.
Okay. So this guy, I call him
Long
Michael, and I
pause.
don't even know. I don't even know if his name was Michael. But that's very interesting. I didn't know this was submitted. I mean,
I
if
love that. That's so cool.
the fans need to correct the mistakes of the
Yeah.
that's usually how it happens.
They're following it the closest and care the most about it.
yeah.
I said this to Veronica before, but I am Alice.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I am incredibly into Christopher McDonald. I think
attracted.
he is so attractive. I think he's incredibly sexy
Let's
in
get
this.
to
There's
this.
something about the way he looks at Tasha.
Tasha.
Tosh Point
Tash. Do you want to watch the rest of the beginning, or do you want to just skip to the?
Well, we're bringing it up, so let's. Well, although
Because we don't see him until.
let's
watch a
what-
little bit of this.
Go ahead.
So Guinan sees like something in space, and she feels freaked out. So her suit is burgundy here, and then it turns to blue, and so that's how you know it's different. Guinan.
I would say purple.
And that's the only way you know. Understand that?
I accept.
Mr. Data.
Oh, I saw your
Sensors are reading
movie. Your
most unusual ones.
Unusual in what way? Specify.
Nothing I've seen
peppercorn emoji. No, what's that? The sex emoji movie. It's like a teen movie.
Yes.
You were so funny.
Oh,
in
the
it.
package.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It was like a 3. You did like 3 beats.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like they called you in for one day.
They
and You
did.
did like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, like an improv. Scene,
Yeah.
like a sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was easy breezy.
You were so funny.
oh, thanks.
That movie was so silly.
You did a movie without me? You did a movie without me, Maui?
Most people, Alice. Most people do that.
Who?
Everyone.
Say who the names are.
Winona Ryder, George Clooney.
Winona Ryder.
No, George. I'm calling him.
All right, so she left. Okay, whoa. So I love this moment where it's Worf behind Picard,
Yes.
chief of security, and
Yep.
then there's like a flash of blue. The uniforms change, and then he turns around and reveals that Tasha Yar and is alive and well and looking slick as hell. And then
Slick as
Guinan
hell.
is now blue.
And then we check in with Guinan again, who is in a very crowded 10 forward.
all the uniforms are
Wait,
off
what's that
and
place
beautiful.
called? 10
10
forward?
10 forward.
10 forward.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is not right. Something happened.
And she says it's changed.
So, of course, the moment the Enterprise C breaks the timeline, history has been changed. So, in this,
Right.
so this is declaring that the moment you change the past. So, this is subscribing to that sci-fi theory of like when you change the past, kind of like Back to the Future when he starts disappearing slowly.
Yes.
That's the
Things
kind of
in-
like
yeah.
It compromises the present when you change the
exactly.
past.
So that's they're subscribing to this, which I like.
The USS Enterprise.
Yeah,
Way to go. You're going to audition for Tasha Yar
I think
later.
You
I think so later.
I think Tasha Yar is
Do you
a.
think?
I think that's the right thing. Because you'll want to do a scene with your honey. Your
I
honey boo
am
boo.
so into
With your
him.
Columbo or whatever his name is.
God.
Castillo, I think. Castillo?
Yeah, I
Just
love.
wish I could fuck a star.
I love that they turn. He's like Lieutenant Castillo, and he turns and he has like two very blue eyes.
Oh, he's so handsome.
And I was like, "Is this Castillo?
Blue-eyed devil.
And he's
All
such
right.
a good
Is this
actor,
a Castillo?"
too.
Because that sounds like a
Yeah.
Hispanic last name.
I know. The one guy that they have with a Hispanic name is like,
Yeah.
With lines.
Very.
I'm
yeah.
Greg Castillo.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay.
Castillo.
Great.
Also, I was at the same time. I got conflicted. My two sides came up and said two different things because I was like the first Hispanic last name, and he says lines and he has blue eyes, and then I was like, oh, my dad has green eyes. Mr. Osorio, he has like green eyes.
you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There I go.
Hey, you know
But
what?
If you tell me that's not whitewashing, I don't know what it is.
I
Right?
mean, it is very clearly whitewashing.
Don't tell me it's not whitewashing.
So they know there was a rift, and they know it's temporal, or a timeline. So they know something's up. They just can't figure out that they have become different. It's as if like 1 second after this,
they all
Right.
we see that door open, and then 1 second after we're dressed fabulously,
we all have wings.
and we all have wings, and it's like this is our reality now.
Yeah.
And
Don't skip a beat.
And
we
just
don't
don't
skip
even
a
know.
beat.
Yeah, we don't.
Nothing's
Oh, but
different.
only
it's just
Guinan
that
knows.
there's that
Hey,
hole in the
Veron-
sky.
Yeah.
That's all that there
I mean,
is.
Alice.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's her.
This is our reality now. We have wings.
I'm also thinking we talk like that.
Also, nothing
I-
in the alteration of timelines made you speak like that. This is something you picked up at some point in this. This is something you picked up
Again, what timeline? I don't know anything about it.
okay.
ever
so
since the first war. Alice has been speaking like that. And
Yeah.
there's no way to bring her back. It's
And
horrible.
after the Second War, she didn't change.
She didn't. She just stayed like that. It's weird.
You guys talking about me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're very obviously talking about you.
I didn't understand.
So in this war, in this world,
they're at war with the Klingons for years.
So the current Enterprise is at war with the Klingons, but the one that Enterprise C, who came from the past, it's at war with the Romulans.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Or is it
we're
the other
always
way
at war
around?
with the Romulans. I think in the past it was.
But it's not an active war regularly.
I think in
They
the
just have like
There's tension.
there's tension. There's like a cold.
no, but there's tension now. Like if we think about the TNG timeline that we're in when we're normally watching.
Yeah,
That
there's
the
tension,
fact
but
that
it's
it's
not a
18
war.
years in the past
22.
didn't change anything because it's like the Romulans still suck and they still attack people on the regular.
Yeah, but they're not at war.
I know, but I don't think that it's what I'm saying is that
Wow. They've purposely
what I'm
avoided.
saying is there isn't a war
There
in
isn't.
the past. It's just their Romulans are being Romulans.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, someone here is at war with, who is, wait.
Okay, I'm telling you, the current
Mary, help us.
blue guy.
Mary, help us.
Alice, just let me.
Okay.
Okay.
I know nothing about
God
this.
damn it,
Mary, come
okay,
on.
You're
You're
our
our
only
only
Why
hope.
don't you listen to me? Because I'm telling you.
Okay.
The blue Guinan timeline, the one we're looking at now,
Yeah.
they're at war with the Klingon Empire.
Uh-huh.
And they've been at war for a long time. The other Enterprise C that comes along with the female captain, that's from like 18 or 20 years. 22 years prior to this timeline, which is the same, like it's parallel with Picard.
Yeah, this episode.
Yeah. But this timeline is, it's not like this Picard is 22 years different than the other Picard, right? They're just different dimensions.
No.
Alternate reality.
Yeah.
We know that.
I'm going to draw a picture actually, because that's the only way I can think
we
about
know. Wait, but can you listen to me before you start looking for objects and moving things around? Please. I beg of you. I beg of you to listen. Stop. Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Wait. You can't really hear shit. I just
I
threw
think it
all
was
the objects.
It was a satisfying tap.
Ugh.
So it was like a
So much force behind it, though. She threw
Yeah.
that pin so hard, and it just went.
All
And
right,
I
you
moved
tell-
the microphone to like actually make it happen. Okay.
Okay.
So wait.
Yeah, you do it.
Wait. Michael Burnham.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
She's at war with the Klingons.
yeah.
So in all of the Star Trek timelines, forever, we know that the past is a war with the Klingons.
Ah, yeah.
Right? And then that's why it's so surprising that Worf is in the Enterprise. Because so many people are like, oh, the Klingons are, why? They tamed you. They domesticated you. Whatever. So when Enterprise C from the past moves to the present, suddenly our crew
Yeah.
has Tasha
Yeah.
and it's at war
Right.
with Romulans.
Right.
And the Enterprise C, which is a female captain,
Yeah.
it's at war with a Klingon.
I don't think that's what it is.
Or are they both
I
at war?
thought that the new
Wait.
timeline was at war with the
Yeah.
Klingons.
No, the new timeline, they're at war with the Klingons, and then the previous timeline. Oh, this is what it is. The previous timeline, they're actively
this.
at war with the Romulans, but they're in the Klingon. They're like on the outskirts of the Klingon Empire. I think is like the location of where the battle is that they just like get zapped out of in the moment they enter the
And
future.
my only issue with that is
you
that
just wrote Mary's a bitch.
But what do you mean?
my
the
only issue with that is that I don't think that the Enterprise C is at war with the Romulans. I think the Enterprise C was doing their thing. Like I just think the Romulans mounted an attack because the Romulans are constantly
so
mounting
it's not
attacks.
like a war. It's not like a
they're-
battle in a war.
It's
but I think it is.
Okay.
It is.
Oh, and because it's on the outskirts
Alice,
of the
did you
Klingon
watch the
Empire, and it's on the outskirts of the
was I
Klingon
supposed to?
Empire, and they see like defending their. They make mention of the Klingons
Here.
watching them
Well,
fight
this
as
is what
like
I
an
thought.
act of honor if the Enterprise crew like
Right.
goes
This is
down.
what bothers
But
me
I
about
thought
this
this Enterprise
What bothers
here
me about
was,
this
I thought
is
it was
that
like
Alice didn't watch the episode like
I
yesterday
thought it was like
or today.
this.
Oh, that looks like a penis ejaculating.
you know,
Alice,
and that the Enterprise. This
you
is
just
the
threw
Enterprise,
a kind of thick,
and then
a girthy,
see what I'm saying? And then this timeline.
girthy, veiny penis
Oh my god!
projecting a one drop.
Why
of
does
semen.
that penis look like a spinal cord?
Good, good. No, you're paying attention.
So they find this other ship that is everyone is hurt. Everyone is a fail.
This is the Enterprise C.
Yes, which is ancient. So timelines have changed already. We're in a different timeline.
Our emergency teams are on board your ship.
Truly.
Doctor,
And they are aboard the Enterprise C, and they're seeing the survivors.
She has a bad fracture in serious internal injuries.
I'm sure
She has a
everyone,
bad fracture.
everyone who's a fan
you can hear it.
out there listening to this is upset.
We'll explain now.
Why?
Commander.
No.
We're
'Cause
from
it's
the
like,
Federation starship. We
if I was in the car and I knew the
distress
answer, I'd be
call.
like,
Ship is good.
it's the wrong
We need
guy.
to get you to our
Yeah.
ship.
Right.
I'd be so like frustrated. Hey guys, this is what we're here for.
But it's cool
to
that we
make you
acknowledge
frustrated in
their
your car.
frustration.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, okay.
Directly to sick
Yeah.
I
bay.
feel seen.
Stand by for transport.
See, even the beaming is different.
Mary looks like she's
Do you,
peeing
do
in
you
a diaper.
realize that? Do you see that?
Yeah. Oh, it's the beaming is different.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Look at the beep beep beeps.
It's pretty bad, Commander. Looks like they were in a hell of a
Everything
fight.
is
Was
different.
it so frustrating for him to just wear that all the time and have to look through it?
Yes, I'm sure it was.
I'll have
That
to
would
get
drive me
engineering, though. Force the damage
bananas.
control team Alpha. Meet
Unless
me
they
on
pay you a lot of
engineering
money
level
and you become celebrity for
Oh
life.
yeah. I love her hair in
Here,
this
we're
too.
about to see him, Mary.
Oh my gosh. I'm horny.
Mary's taking off.
I'm horny.
Mary, could you put your shirt back on, please?
Can't. Don't know how.
Maybe it's just me, but he looks better younger.
Lieutenant Castillo.
Is this just me? This is gonna sound nuts, but
Wing team reporting impact. On screen.
Terrible people. Okay, let's see what's happening.
Go ahead, Commander.
Come on.
Stabilize life support.
I love these
Patrick.
like iPads from this timeline. I wish they
Yes.
kept all the
I
devices.
know, it's cool.
It's a real mess
Real mess
down
down here,
I
sir.
like that everything
Survivors?
is darker.
me too.
125.
Recommendations?
Yes, it's very different. It like makes him more cinematic somehow.
It does.
It
does.
feels
I
like
agree.
a-
Yeah.
I think we're also
Movie.
getting like a sad version of
You
everything
have 9
because
hours.
a
Get underway
film
by then. We'll
translated
escort
to
it
TV.
Starbase 105. If not, we'll evacuate the survivors and
It's like
destroy the
this
ship.
You could
timeline is
enjoy-
the British
Understood, sir.
office.
Keep me posted.
Oh my gosh, how do you guys feel about Patrick rejoining?
I adore it. I wish
Isn't
it's
it
just
exciting?
It's. Do you know what the title is?
No.
Let's get Picarded in here. That's a Max Silvestri joke.
Wow, that's funny.
I wish it's just him
Okay, this is
picking
the
berries
This is,
in France. I would watch that show.
This is all wrong. This is not the way it's supposed to be.
Good scoring. Okay, so we cut two.
So
two
I-
Enterprises, an old
well, let's
one,
not just
a
describe
new
the whole
one.
episode because I want to talk about the.
I want to know
Guinan's-
about the war. Yeah,
I want to talk about Guinan's like intuition and how cool it is that in this episode the captain of the ship uses the intuition of this like person, but this other species that he knows so well, and he just believes her instead of it being like, I mean, it's sort of not doesn't really make sense for a captain to do that, but it's so cool that he does, and it is the right move.
Well, it really speaks volumes about his wisdom as a
Yeah.
captain and knowing when he needs to listen to certain
Right,
voices.
right.
Even if they're not,
Like the
in
entire
charge
crew
of-
is saying to him,
right.
eventually he uses Guinan's advice and he says, like, we have to send this other ship back. And the entire, like, in the conference room, they're like, wait, we're going to send this other ship back to die?
Yeah, I love that. And she's like, yes, because we have to. And he's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, he argues with her. Obviously he would,
Well,
but he's
of
also
course.
like, you know what? I can't.
But also, Guinan is an ancient being. And it's funny that, like, no.
I'm just going to.
This is a
You
cute
want to look at this?
scene.
Okay. You want me to play it?
Wait. I'm talking.
I'm
One
sorry.
second, Alice.
Just tell me.
Okay, I'm
Calm down.
Stop! It's not your fault, Mary. It's not your fault. It's something happened with Alice today where she can't listen. There's like they make her so Guinan is an ancient being, and I feel like the reason why he listens to her, it's partly because she never goes to the bridge or calls the bridge, and they do know like she's this specific like species or whatever, but so it's like, well, it's a mix between like she's ancient and she never calls the bridge and she's coming to appeal for the captain, so it must be something, and she sometimes gets these like feelings or whatever, so she's kind of like a high priestess of sorts. And then, but I think the larger point, like outside Star Trek, it's about like intuition and how it has to play a big part in like in decisions that involve like the population or everyone, and it has to do with our government would never do something like that. Like any male based not even female, like just a structure like our government or like our captains. would bureaucracies. Yeah, they would never be like,
No.
this is a gut thing that may just be right.
Or an emotional thing. Like
Yes.
it's
dismissed.
bad if you base any, decisions about ruling on emotions or on intuition.
Yes. And the emotions that usually do rule are the ones that are supported by rules, by law or whatever.
And
And are usually anger, revenge, like they won't come in. Like it's usually like the lower
Right.
emotions, except it's not usually like
the male emotions.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Right.
It's not like who else has
like a
bad
premonition
feeling?
or like a, ooh, this isn't
Well, which are
right.
Or like something,
Yeah.
something feels icky about this. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Can we all talk about how, like, Tasha, if they all sat down at a round table, I feel like at least 2 or 3 people would be like, something is weird. And that would be, I feel like that would be enough alarm for them to consider what could be happening. And I don't think that happens enough in real life. And it's so, I don't know. I just find it so
listening to
interesting.
this podcast about the financial crisis that we're currently in and have been since the invention of capitalism. And they were talking about movies about finances, the American movies and films.
Like Wolf of Wall Street or
Wolf of Wall Street,
Wall Street,
The Big Short. The Big Short.
Yeah.
And they were talking about The Big Short and how Steve Carell's character.
Nailed it.
I win. I would totally play a soundbite here, but Steve Carell's
Gangnam Style.
there. Thank you.
We're walking on eggshells here.
Okay,
I'm trying to keep on track here.
I know. So Steve Carell's character had a decision to make where he would either sell off all his assets, get out of a position where he might be held responsible or have taken some responsibility for the financial crisis and help people out, or just sell off all his assets and get out and take the money and, become part of the cycle of like people's assets being. Did not watch the movie and I also don't know specifically, so maybe you could weigh in.
amazing
People's
how you can
assets
convince
becoming
me.
his profit, like profiting off of,
Right.
Because that's what Christian Bale's character did. Like they bet against the housing market that they saw as collapsing, and so they stood to gain inconceivable wealth from
everyone breaking
the misfortune of
Right.
everyone else.
So Steve Carell was like debating whether or not to do this, and in the end, the movie's cynical because he does decide to cash out.
Yep.
And spoilers for The Big Short, but in the end, he decides to cash out, and the person talking on the program I was listening to was talking about how like that's essentially the problem with our economy is that consistently people make these decisions over time where they just like decide to cash out, and even though they in their gut know that it's wrong, they know that they're contributing to a system that is predatory and takes people's lives into like devalues people's income in their lives and sells out Main Street and for
ruining
for Wall
people's
Street.
like life work or
but
like
they just
savings.
keep doing it and they don't listen to that premonition that like
But
this
you know
doesn't seem
what
right.
character did in that movie, and you only really see a little glimpse of his life. But Brad Pitt's character was a very successful
actor.
hedge fund in the movie. Brad Pitt's character was a really successful actor, and then became a hedge fund manager, and then left all of that behind.
They didn't
and he
put that
moved
in the
to
movie,
like
but-
in the. Sorry. No. They moved. He like moved to the middle of Colorado or something like that, and like he like compost. He like is disgusted with the whole
off grid,
yeah, and he gets pulled back in for a second, but you can see the distaste. Like you see why it hurts him to like go back and help out these two young.
He's too hot.
Hedge fund managers.
He's too hot.
He's not nearly as hot
really?
as Christopher McDonald.
I like
couldn't
you.
be.
I'm
horny
couldn't be.
for him.
Unpop
This is so
opinion.
funny.
Like him younger.
But yeah, it's true that like so there's like it's funny that there's so humanity is not clueless about stuff like that. We're just like in a full disconnect from it.
Yeah, we just see it as like irrational and
sci-fi. Okay,
we should go,
Right.
oh, okay, well, but that doesn't, what evidence do we have? And it's like, well, the evidence, and Data brings it up later in the meeting. He's like, well, Guinan does sometimes have premonitions and is able to see things that the rest of us can't see. And it's always Data too, being like, hi, I'm the most logical one to point out the fact that we have a
have
literal
all the information.
empath and Guinan, who is an ancient being that we don't understand. So like maybe we should listen to them. And still, it's like there's this resistance all the time to using the intuition of the two women on board who actually have the most
I wish there was a
intuitive powers.
Yeah, and who get dismissed usually. In real life, like, so those things usually get dismissed. I wish there was a way to collect information of anything that could be a sort of instinctive prediction. Like The Simpsons, like predicting that Trump was going to be elected. It's just like a joke.
Right.
But it's also a predict. It ended up being a
I
prediction.
feel like if we just
Right.
listen to Black women, because that's
yeah.
who said it.
Yeah.
And like everything
Yeah.
that women in Black women in leadership say is pretty much comes true.
Because it comes from it doesn't even come from instinct. It comes from like having seen
Experience.
how power works and being able to they've gathered like it's gathering of information from experience and then being able to project it according to how things are. It's very like it's actually a very male kind of analytical thing. It just seems like instinct because it's not there's no way to
It's not
prove it.
tangible.
Yeah, it's not,
Yeah.
So I feel like, but it does come from like firsthand experience that you're just collecting information.
Something that struck me as so interesting that I haven't been able to like really do more reading on, but that is so really struck me during all this like political upheaval of the last couple of years is that this woman I follow, a journalist on Twitter, was talking about how often it is that, you know, people's anecdotal stories are not taken as being, you know, as worthwhile in Western culture as data and the idea of like data collection and scholarly writing and the way that the Western world perceives like fact-based reporting is in itself a Western construct
and male.
Yeah, patriarchal and Eurocentric construct in the sense that that's the way that people value information. People say like, well, where's the data? Where's the scientific? Where's the research? And all of that is kind of based in a like an Anglo sort of like it prioritizes people with wealth who are able to go to schools and be academics and all
European.
that stuff
It's
instead of prioritizing storytelling and anecdotal evidence. Like the reasons we come up with for prioritizing those things aren't often because of the fact that it's like just better information. Because, you know, the fact is, I mean, one of the reasons that Black women might be more educated about what's going on in our society is not just the fact that they've experienced a completely different side of society, but that like in certain types of Black culture, there's more, I don't know about, I'm not Black, but like, you know, there might be more passed along storytelling and more trust based in a familial construct and like
And
maternal,
generational,
maternal,
Instinctive.
like anecdotes are more believed and more because they should be. It's like there's more of a channel of like trusted information there or something. You know,
You're touching on something that I really love, which is there's this book that I don't know if you've read called. It's a classic. It's called Women Who Run with the Wolves, and I've referenced it here several times.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So it's this woman who basically it's like a Joseph Campbell of she collects. She's like an archaeologist of stories. So she collects stories around the world. It's the universal consciousness. There's stories that have been told since the beginning. And it's what you're saying. Like people have dismissed it as anecdotes or just like, oh, tribal, you know, culture, whatever. And it's actually passing down generation through generation. It's passing down deep psychological formulas to cope with strong processes that we go through in our psyche. For example, the moment where the woman stops being innocent and actually faces something really scary and she realizes she's not just a girl anymore and she can't just depend on her mom anymore. She's now a woman, so she needs to deal with
the
attackers.
fact that her body's not hers.
And the world.
Yeah.
There are ancient tribal stories about that who could teach a girl how to deal with that. There are ancient tribal stories about forgiveness, fear, the power of laughter, the power of female friendship, like a lot of psychological processes that women go through in their mental and emotional development that have been tossed aside.
Right.
Because a lot of those stories were taken by European or like Catholic or religious, like they've been modified. So now instead of the wise woman or the ancient woman, or she calls her the ancient one or the wolf self or whatever.
The crone. She's an old hag, you know.
The hag.
You're in her Kathy Bates, if you will.
Yeah, the Kathy Bates in any of her movies.
Yeah,
true. That person, the wise one, she's also like a very scary person, and women have disconnected from her, and also she knows best. So church, religion, and politics and patriarchy have turned that into the witch, quote unquote.
Oh, yes,
girl.
Queen.
Yeah. So
oh my gosh, that's fascinating.
The evil witch or whatever.
Yeah.
So what she does is she recovers the stories and then eliminates that kind of language and tries to like figure out the actual origin of the story.
So cool.
It's really cool. She tells them the story, and then the book is in order of the psychological process that a woman goes through her development. So there's a point where you like realize that your life is not perfect and you need to go down to like the dark part of your soul.
Yeah.
And that may happen at any time in your life, and several times. And that is a very scary
Once a
like
month.
I'm there right now.
Hello.
it's where
Oh, that's amazing.
so
Love that.
it's like how tribes have through storytelling helped the psyche, and it's also for men, like the feminine side of men who's like so wounded. How tribes and like storytelling and anecdotes have helped humanity actually be wiser, and decision making is so much better.
Yeah.
And it's been completely ignored, changed, mutilated, and it doesn't count.
Well, because the emotional evolution is not as much a part of the conversation as physical evolution. Like we've adapted as like it's so much more discussed and mainstream to talk about like, oh, we've adapted over time physically
Devices,
to like, you know, live in this environment, and over time like we've you know, we're not as hairy as we. I don't know if that's a fact.
Sure.
Yeah, but sure.
Main thing.
But it's all like physical, tangible stuff. But what's not talked about is the emotional evolution and how we've grown from like adapting from like the emotional you know, demands on us as tribal people into like the modern person.
Or like
we're not ready,
or like the like nomadic version of us that like literally had to run from tigers, and then this version of us who thinks that the, you know, traffic that we're stuck in is like a, you know, we get so mad because we feel like our literal safety is at stake, and that's our reaction. That's like our lizard brain has the cortisol reaction that we would get of like, oh, a boulder falling towards me, when it's just getting pulled over.
And yes, totally.
You know?
And where's FOMO come from? Like, what is? How can I track that to the like,
FOMO is because it's like you think you're going to miss out on.
You shouldn't have access to so much. To what everyone is doing in every other tribe around the world.
That's a good point.
Oh, that's a very good point.
But also, if your FOMO reaction is as though that is your tribe, the same feeling you're getting as though that is your tribe doing something without you.
You won't make
having dinner
because you won't survive.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
If you're not, but not even just eating. If you're not emotionally connected to
you'll
your
get
tribe,
left behind.
you won't have the
depends
same
on it.
language. You won't have the same relationship, and like you have to stay current with who your tribe is.
You have to update your Twitter.
Exactly.
Which is why, like,
Don't know what that means.
I feel
Which
like
is why.
Judaism is so smart because so what it deals with, it's first of all, it's ancient, and I know this sounds crazy, but it's true that, for example, September, which is a month of death, it starts like Earth starts whatever is
in
autumn.
the fashion industry too.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like everything's gone.
It's totally the same.
So like no, like leaves are turning yellow
September
and
issue.
dying, and things are like
The book is getting heavier.
they're like everything is like gathering to go inside, right?
Yes.
So same if you're in that kind of weather and you're a natural animal, which you are, you're going.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my god,
I see
you
it.
Totally
Girl,
are.
I see it. You are.
Stop it.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
you
Yeah,
are.
That's really
Don't be
sweet.
silly.
You're giving me this natural
are a
animal,
natural animal.
just
Oh,
like
stop it. That's
totally
really sweet.
furry.
That's
thing.
really sweet.
So as we are humans and we're natural animals, and the leaves are falling and everything's just like dying, literally, so that it can survive the winter, comes the Jewish New Year and the repentance, and like as things are dying, we're like having very disrespectful. We're
Go on.
having 10 days of asking God, what have I done?
Very disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful. It's like
I thought it might be a soft. You know how like we play music sometimes when we talk.
I'm trying to
That's what I'm
focus
trying
on
to
this.
do.
We're still on this topic. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
there
10 days to.
well, to really rethink what the year has been, and it's seeing as the year is dying out. So I mean, I just think it matches the seasons, or like the way it's more like there's a lot of timing in Judaism that is deeply rooted in how the psyche works. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not trying to convert anyone or like, but it just works.
but if you want to,
and there's so many tribes that have rituals are similar in the same like timings as Judaism.
Yeah.
So that's like,
well, spirituality, like lots of world religions, are going to be based around the seasons.
yeah, it
you
makes
know.
sense. I mean, we live in this world.
Except people, that's why people in LA are so godless.
I think so. I think this is why this fucking city is crazy.
Can I see what this Buffy soundtrack is?
Yeah, let's go.
Really quick. I thought you'd like this.
I really
This
wanna
is
see
going to
it.
be. Oh my god.
Oh my god! 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 Hot Wheels! Hot Wheels! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Check out those mini wheels.
Oh my god! Hot Wheels!
Mini. What were those mini cars called?
Mini cars?
Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels!
Oh, weird.
Oh,
Micro machines.
Oh yeah!
Micro machines. And now we have them in our pockets, and they rule us. And we own your soul.
Oh my god!
That was fun.
See,
Okay.
this is now I'm satisfied with this conversation. Where did the episode go?
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
Here it is.
Okay. So Guinan is telling Picard, and he listens to her, which is very nice. Also, Tasha,
Very nice.
Tasha self-realizes that she
She's like,
shouldn't
oh, wait
be
a
there.
minute.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
It's really cool.
Well, it's when let's go to that scene. It's when Tasha. Did you want to watch the rest of this though? Because I felt like you had seen.
Well, I
something.
wanted to watch how she appeals to Picard, and
do it.
mostly how Picard reacts.
What you're suggesting.
I'm not suggesting.
Ooh.
That ship from the past is not supposed to be here. It's got to go back.
It makes sense, logical sense. So we just saw the last two lines of the conversation, but basically, she made her point, and then he's like, "You're suggesting," and she was like, "No, no, Captain, I am telling you."
And then we see this scene later where she
Beat,
sees
second beat.
Tasha for the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she sort of coldly gives the news to Tasha that, like,
Yeah.
you're dead. You shouldn't be
Well,
here.
that's after Tasha comes asking
Isn't
for
that
it.
very
That's true.
matrilineal?
There is no.
I feel like there's no one
I wish there were.
more straight with me than
wish I could
my mom
prove
or
it.
grandma.
Yeah.
It's very like,
Oh, true.
you're fat.
True.
Or whatever. Or like, whatever. It's very blunt.
Yeah.
Guinan, they will die moments after they return. How can I ask them to sacrifice themselves based solely on your intuition?
I don't know. But I do know that this is a mistake. Every fiber in my being says this is a mistake. I can't explain it to myself, so I can't explain it to you. I only know that I'm right.
I love that.
Can you imagine being that confident?
That's a great argument.
I love so much too.
if
when
every time a mod team bother me to the point, sorry,
that is
where I was like, I don't know. I don't know why this doesn't work, but it just doesn't work. And I know it
because
and I'm right.
Here's
And
what's
I'm right.
wait, I love it too because he goes, "Hey, okay, so here's what you're saying. I have to believe just you. And I have to go to my crew and I have to go to their crew and say, you have to go back to your death now. How am I supposed to sell that to them?" And she just goes, "I don't know," which is amazing because that's like, yeah, that is actually your job. So I'm not going to take responsibility for that because I'm not the captain of this ship. I'm just the person who knows what the future's supposed to be. So I'm not here to sell it to you. You need to do that. And you need to take responsibility for the fact that you are doing that if you do it, which is awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
I love it so much.
I like it too.
Who is to say
She's just
that
washing
this
her hands off.
history is any less proper than the other.
Not her responsibility.
Suppose I am.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough!
And he's
I
not
will
upset
not
with
ask them to
her.
die.
40 billion people have already died. This war's not supposed to be happening. You've got to send those people back to correct this.
And what is the guarantee that if they go back, they will succeed?
My black lipstick.
Every instinct is telling me this is wrong, it is dangerous, it is futile.
We've known each other a long time.
Oh, I love this.
You have never known me to impose myself on anyone or take a stance based on trivial or whimsical perceptions. This timeline must not be allowed to continue. Now, I've told you what you must do. You have only your trust in me to help you decide to do it.
Guinan for president.
Now I have to go make some more margarita mix because
Because
Jesus,
I work
these people.
as the bartender. Because she's the bartender. Oh, in this moment.
horny,
this-
horny,
this is
horny,
when-
horny, horny.
So you're horny for this?
During the war.
Whitewash her.
Our heat dissipation rates are probably double those.
She looks so dope with that hair.
I know. I
Which means we
love
can
her
hang the fire
hair.
and
It's so
activate it
cool.
A lot longer.
Now study this scene. I mean you, Mary,
Study it.
Okay.
because you're going to audition.
You ordered yet, Tasha?
Oh, for which part? Oh, for
Not yet.
Tasha?
Mm-hmm.
Is anything wrong?
Not a thing. What can I get for you?
Just a couple of TKLs. Want to hurry? Oh, this is Lieutenant Castillo.
My blue eyes.
Have you seen my blue eyes? So she
They
just
never
gives her
met.
so much weird looks.
I would have been
First
spooked
time
by
for
that.
everything.
Yeah.
First time?
If someone as wise as Guinan
Yeah.
looked at me like that, I'd
Oh,
be like,
yes, big time.
It's just
oh,
I've
should I
never
just
seen
kill myself
anything
now?
like
'Cause
this.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be that, probably. Right?
What's a TKL?
Totally cool
Standard
look.
rations. Food replicators are on minimum power, so everything else is diverted to the defensive systems. So where was I?
You've told me more about tactical in an hour than I learned in my last year at the academy.
You're gonna need it,
Study, you
Lieutenant.
stupid.
Hey,
Isn't he so
I've known you a whole day now, Lieutenant.
dreamy?
I won't salute if you won't.
Oh, this is my favorite
What'd
part.
she
This is
call
my
you?
favorite part.
Tasha.
Yeah.
Most everyone calls me Castillo. My mother calls me Richard.
Okay, Castillo.
Can you call me like my mommy calls me?
I think maybe I'd like it better if you called me Richard.
Like my
Like, I really believe
Can you
his
tell me?
feelings for her. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's such a good actor. It makes me so, like, makes my knees weak.
Mary, welcome to the room. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you. Thanks for having
being
me.
here.
Thanks for having me. I love the painting on the wall.
Thank you.
Wow.
Okay, didn't even notice. There's a lot
I'm going to
of
run camera. So.
footprints there.
Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I.
So we have all your headshots. They all look great.
Oh, thank you for sending
got
so
10?
many.
Yeah, we
yes.
got
all 10?
We did.
Because I
Throughout
wasn't sure.
history. We
Yeah.
just have your timeline.
We got all the options.
Yeah.
Thank you
great.
so much.
Of course.
So
like, here's one. I just brought an extra one. This is me as like in
that's
Scrubs. Like I can be
Oh,
a
wow.
It has
doctor.
the
That's really
Instagram
great.
likes. Nice.
That's really great.
so cool.
Thank you, Mary.
So Alice is gonna read with you.
Okay.
Alice is gonna be Castillo, right?
I'm going to read as Castillo.
Okay.
And you're gonna be Tasha. Tasha.
Okay. And who's Guinan?
Great pronunciation.
Thank you.
Amazing.
A lot of people don't know to say it.
Guinan.
Yeah, I know. It looks
you
like
read
it
it.
looks
That's
like
what it looks
Guinan.
like on paper.
Honestly, we haven't decided on a pronunciation yet.
Okay. So I'll just say Guinan. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And you want to read as Guinan?
Yeah. We should have
Guinan.
set this up before. Okay.
Oh God,
Let's go right.
Not.
Ooh.
It's like
Thanks for having me. By the way,
total
Just
Monday.
Thanks for having me.
We
by the
hear
way.
you.
Oh, okay. This happens every time. Here we go.
Oh, of course, my angry dog is here.
Oh my God.
All right, so
I hope you like it. I hope you
And
like the dog.
when you're ready.
Oh yeah. Okay. Which means we can hang in a firefight a lot longer. Guinan?
Have you ordered yet, Tasha?
No, not yet. Is anything wrong?
Not a thing. What can I get for you?
Just a couple of TKLs. We're in a hurry. Oh, this is Lieutenant Castillo. First time for everything.
First time.
It's just that I've never seen anything bother her before.
Yeah. What's a TKL?
Standard rations. Food replicators are on minimum power, so everything else is diverted to the defensive systems. So where was I?
You told me about the tactical in an hour that I learned in my last year in the academy.
You're going to need it, Lieutenant.
Hey, I've known you a whole day now, Lieutenant. I won't salute if you won't. What does she call you, Tasha?
Yeah.
Most everybody calls me Castillo, but my mother calls me Richard.
Okay, Castillo.
You know what? I think maybe I'd like it better if you called me
Vakata.
This is Captain Steering Officer report to my murder.
That was great.
I'm sorry, I didn't expect it because, like on the script
it's
it says
written
Richard,
and it's
I'm so
pronounced.
sorry. Yeah, I feel like I mess. Can I?
Yeah.
Can I do it again?
In the real
Sure.
time, you could say Witchhead.
Witchhead. Okay, yeah. So pronounce it like
his
it's
mom
real.
calls
I'll
him?
say Witchhead
Yeah.
next time. That was great. So I think the only note I would give going forward, if you want to do it again, is that she is so much more horny
Okay.
than you had it.
Okay, and I should be like,
I want to
that?
feel it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, great. So we're just gonna go back.
No, I can make an adjustment quickly. You'll
Perfect.
see. You'll see that I can.
Okay,
Thank
and that's
you
what
so
we
much
needed
for having me.
And that's what we needed.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, and we'll just jump in.
Why don't we do
Here.
the other scene? With,
Okay.
Okay.
It's great. Okay. More horny. Okay. Hornier. More horny.
More horny.
And when you're ready.
Okay. I mean, deflector shelter. Has it been? Because everybody during the war. Oh my God. Our heat dissipation rates are freaking crazy. Those are the Enterprise C, which means we can hang in a firefight for a lot longer. Hey, Gweenan.
Have you ordered yet, Tasha?
Oh my God. Not yet. I'm too horny. Is anything? Hey, what's up? Anything wrong? Okay.
What can I get for you?
Oh, you know what? Just a couple of TKLs. We're in a hurry and we're horny. This is Lieutenant Castillo. Oh my God, I want to eat him up. Are you humming? You're humming a lot.
Yeah.
Whoa. First time. It's my first time for everything.
First time.
I mean, it's just that I've never seen anything bother her before.
What's a TKL?
Standard rations. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no
can we stop?
problem.
I just feel
that
like
was amazing.
Did you like that?
That was amazing.
I sort of went off script a little
That
bit.
was amazing.
I think that if we were
I'm stuck in
ever
a loop. Help.
if we were ever to make the show again, for whatever reason, we would cast you.
Oh
But
my
we already
God.
shot it. But we already did the
With
entire show.
someone else.
30 years ago.
Ha pranks. Ha we did a prank on you.
It's just we like wasting actors' makeups.
Ha.
Then you love it when you learn 10 lines of dialogue and then they're like, oh, once you get there, they're like, we're only doing one scene.
Yes.
And it's like, but I already put all my NARS blush and it's been discontinued. I wouldn't have come here to do one scene. I would have learned just one scene if it was just one scene, but instead I learned 3. I spent 2 extra hours repeating the words I just don't know. Oh.
Well,
Okay.
do you know what the casting director has to sacrifice? Do you know the kinds of things that we come up against? The types of producerial cannonballs that we have to avoid? I don't. I'm not into this bit. Bailing out. Bailing out of the bit.
Okay.
All right, you want to go to the other scene?
I wanna see how it goes down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like this scene with Data in it, or we could go to the very end of the episode
I
since
like
we're
when-
already over an hour and a half.
I like when she realizes that she's maybe not supposed to be there.
I like that part the best.
And
as
then
well.
she goes with Data. So let's do that. And then we all know they
Then we
return
can
to the
wrap it up.
timeline. Yeah.
Who knows if we're even dead or alive?
Ouch.
Dead or alive. And then she goes, bing.
Dead or alive.
I'm supposed to be dead. She knows it. She knows this.
Because of Guinan's creepy.
And then she goes with Data, who's her little boyfriend.
Engineering.
Which is the perfect place to realize it. This is like a perfectly written episode. It's so weird.
It's so weird that it's like submission based.
Deck 6.
Ugh, her hair's so cool.
If I interpret your facial expressions correctly, you are preoccupied with something unpleasant.
No, I was just thinking about a lot of things. I've been working with one of the officers on the Enterprise C. He's nice. I like him. I'm worried about what's going to happen to him.
We may never know what happens. If they succeed,
She's playing
not
it,
even realize
I think,
that these
as if
events
it's
occurred.
about him, but I think she knows that it's her. Because Guinan was looking at her weird.
Yeah, this is too weird to confess to Data, so
Yeah.
I can't say that part.
Shields are
I have a
under
feeling that
72%.
I'm going to die.
That's better.
So they're going to miss each other and they say goodbye. Mostly I want to see how she dies because this is the moment
Her
that...
conversation with Picard, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
I
Is
discovered
so
So
fantastic.
long ago
moving.
that she has a special wisdom. I've learned to trust it.
Where is it?
I could arrange for you to speak with her if
There,
you wish.
there it is. It's so good.
Captain, I would be lying to you.
Let's start with a conversation with
Look at
Guinan.
me. Isn't there?
Oh,
Want to go back a little bit?
I can see it in your eyes.
little bit. You have to go.
Perfect. Let me see that hat.
Can I get you something, Tasha?
She knows it's behind her. See?
Guinan, I
How
have
can
to
you
know
not trust Guinan?
What happens to me in the other timeline?
I don't have alternate biographies of the crew. As I said to the captain, it's just a feeling.
But there's something more when you look at me, isn't there? I can see it in your eyes, Guinan.
Especially because you stare at me
We've known
creepily
each
for
other
a
too
long
long.
time.
We weren't meant to know each other at all.
What?
At least that's what I sense when I look at you.
What?
Tasha, you're not supposed to be here.
Where am I supposed to
Where
be?
am I supposed to be?
Whoa. Alice.
Dead.
No, come on. That's cold.
Do you know how?
Dead.
No.
But
But I do know it was an empty death. A death without purpose.
Oh, shit. Burn. Oh, my God.
I'd be so horrified. I'd be like, damn.
Come.
Damn.
All right, so
Yes,
this is it.
Lieutenant.
This is her big outro. Well, there's just, comes
Captain,
next.
I request a transfer to the Enterprise C.
The fuck?
I'm so busy. What?
For what reason?
They need someone at Tactical.
You made that up.
I'm not supposed to be here, sir.
You're a little stinker.
They all know. I love that they play with like this little gut feeling.
Yeah.
I like when
down,
characters have this like little mystery gut feeling because
This
it's
scene-
unexplainable and it doesn't move the plot except like their
Right.
characters' decisions.
Pat Stew is so good in this scene.
He's the best. All of the
I
show.
don't belong here, sir.
I want to see him picking
I'm-
cherries
I'm
in France for 7 episodes.
supposed to be dead.
She felt it necessary to reveal that to you.
I felt it was necessary.
I see.
I love his
You realize
decision
that
breaths.
it is very possible the Enterprise C will fail. We will continue in this timeline, in which case your life, hopefully, will continue for a long while.
I know how important it is that they don't fail, Captain. That's why I'm requesting this transfer.
You don't belong on that ship, Lieutenant.
The lighting in this
Captain
scene is
Garrett
really good,
belongs on
too.
that ship.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Very
really
dramatic.
very dramatic. And
And I
each
think
of
there's
them
a
only
certain
have
logic in this
one
request.
half of their
There's
face
no
lit
logic
up,
in this at all.
which
It's
is
like life or
interesting.
death.
Mhm.
There's
Whether
two
they
options.
succeed or not. The Enterprise C will be destroyed.
But, Captain, at least with someone at Tactical, they will have a chance to defend themselves well. It may be a matter of seconds or minutes, but those could be the minutes that change history.
And they are.
Guinan says I died a senseless death in the other timeline. I didn't like the sound of that, Captain. I've always known the risks that come with a Starfleet uniform. If I'm to die in one, I'd like my death to count for something.
Lieutenant,
And then he's about to argue again.
Well, of course.
mission ground.
He can't argue.
Their resignation.
Yeah.
He's sad.
He's sad.
He
That's
knows.
why I love my favorite thing about this scene, the way he plays it, is that he does that I'm covering up my sadness with anger thing. Like, you don't belong over there. You know, like, he does it so well.
He was screamed at Guinan like 7 times, and he was just screaming at what was happening. And you could tell.
Yeah.
That's a good actor.
Yeah.
When, like,
We've got an hour
Every
left.
time I
He's
try to do
screaming.
it, it doesn't work.
and you can tell that it's not a British man screaming at a black woman.
Yeah.
You can tell it's Picard screaming at himself. Like,
At the situation.
It's so good.
And it's incredible. I can never do that. Whenever I try to do that, I'm like, you don't belong over there.
You turn into like a half singer.
Titus.
You don't belong over there.
Please don't tell me this is the way that it goes. Mary,
Kind
I
of
wish
like
we
a
could hang
musical
out.
that never.
Mary, why do you have to leave? I wish we could hang
Yeah.
out all night. We never hang out anymore.
And it's daytime right now, so imagine.
I'm really mad about it.
Look at the peaks.
Gangnam Style.
Look at the peaks in the recording.
Very few,
timeline.
very few valleys on my track.
There's a
You'll
lot.
notice.
Very few.
Mary, honestly,
Thank you so much.
every time you're on, it's a good episode.
Oh my gosh.
I
I have the
know.
most fun with you guys.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Wait, let's go to the soundboard and see what else is out there.
Really? Okay, I'm so fucking game for that.
I mean,
If we're gonna do it, let's do it.
we already
right?
had the juicy conversation I wanted to have. Otherwise, I'm not.
so happy when you're happy, and I'm also happy.
Yeah, me too.
All right, I'm gonna scroll, and then what about this one?
My family. Let's see what. I feel offended. I don't know why.
Okay.
Could this be not?
That's from. I know what that's from. It's from. Damn it!
Enough.
It starts turning on by itself again.
That's how my
This
family
is
is.
from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh.
Yeah. Today. It's
What's Babbling
this
Rock?
character, Babbling Brook.
Oh, never mind.
You don't want to see. Oh, that makes you have to pee.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, I'm
Oh, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
3 idiots. Just could not hear some
That
water.
we should start a podcast. It's just called 3 Idiots.
I mean,
I think we have. This one is just called Ice Hockey.
let's see.
Okay.
I figured that's. What about New Order Confusion?
Let me see.
Oh, down
is
there, downstairs.
Oh, it's the song Confusion by New Order. I already guessed it.
Let's go. Keep going down.
Car
Ooh, okay. There's
want to hear that.
Coin.
coin.
Nice.
Oh, that
Thank
is
you,
kind of
coin.
satisfactory. What about? Let's keep going down.
Oh, this website is not secure, Alice.
No, I know it's not. You can really
Tetris. I think that would be satisfying. No.
tell. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. All right, I think that's as good of a place to go out.
This
of
is our
misery.
outro.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
Well, Mary, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah. It's a great song. You can follow me on Twitter at mholland85 and on
Nice.
Instagram at Mary Hollandaise. Like the sauce.
I love it.
I'm on a podcast on Stitcher Premium right now called My Dead Wife, the Robot Car, where I play the artificial intelligence of a self-driving car. Woo!
Phenomenal.
And it's really fun.
Very advanced.
Do you get paid for that? How much? We'll talk off the air. Okay. You guys can tune in every week to Treks in the City. I will be in, where's the next place that I'm going?
I will be Veronica.
And I will be Alice, I think is where we're going. All right, thank you
Hispanic or
for
Jewish.
tuning in today.
This could go either way.
Just like you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Forever. Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. For more original podcasts, please please visit foreverdogpodcasts.com and subscribe to our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Keep up with the latest Forever